Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm going to be doing my review of the Samsung Galaxy S6. So after a month of using this phone, I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons, what I like and didn't like about this phone. This is going to be a simple, concise, and straight to the point video, so let's go ahead and get started. When I first powered on my device, I was amazed by the screen. I love the screen size. It's a 5.1-inch display. The resolution is QHD or 2K. It's 2560 by 1440, so it's one step above 1080p, and this has a ridiculously high pixel density of 577 pixels per inch. So when reading text or looking at photos and videos, it's going to be really sharp. And similar to the previous Samsung devices, it's a Super AMOLED display, so the colors are going to be really vibrant. The colors may not be the most accurate, but it certainly looks good. The second pro is that this has an amazing camera. I'm not going to go in detail with the camera because I actually made a separate video reviewing the camera on the Galaxy S6. It's a pretty detailed camera review and I shot quite a few photos and videos, so be sure to check out that video. I'll put the annotation on the screen and also the link will be in the video description. Briefly taking a look at the camera, this has a 16 megapixel sensor. It's a Sony sensor and it records videos up to 4K, which is 2160p. And the front-facing camera is 5 megapixels. It's able to record at 2K resolution. The next pro is the fingerprint sensor. In my opinion, compared to the Galaxy S5, the fingerprint sensor is a little bit better. It's more accurate and it's really quick to recognize my fingerprints. So this is a really quick way to unlock your device without having to enter a passcode. Now moving on, I love the high-end performance on the Galaxy S6. Of course, it's a flagship device from Samsung, so we expect that it's going to have really high-end specs. I rarely experience any lag, but I did experience about 3 app crashes, which isn't really a lot after using it for a month. I'm not a huge cell phone gamer, so I don't play a lot of games, but it is able to run and play pretty much all of the high-intense graphic games. Now taking a look at the software, of course this is running on Android 5.0.2 Lollipop, and this uses the Samsung TouchWiz skin. Now on the previous generations of Samsung devices running on TouchWiz, there are quite a few bloatware. But on the Galaxy S6, you don't see a lot of bloatware, and the TouchWiz skin is actually getting better. It's cleaner and it's quicker. Of course, with Android, if you don't like the skin, for example TouchWiz, you can always install different launchers or different icon packs or different system tweaks in the Google Play Store to change around or customize your phone. Another great feature on the Galaxy S6 is that this has fast charging. From my experience, from 0 to 100%, I can usually get a full charge in 60 to 70 minutes. And the last pro I have for the Galaxy S6 is the overall design. I much prefer this design over the plastic Samsung on the previous generations. The glass back reminds me of the Sony Xperia phones, which is a design that I also like. This has metal bands around the phone, so it feels a lot more premium. I'm not sure if Samsung is going after the look of the iPhone, but it looks a little bit similar. Anyways, those are just some of the reasons I love about the Galaxy S6. And now let's move on to the cons, what I didn't like about the Galaxy S6. First of all, this no longer has a removable battery. With a glass back, you cannot take off the back plate and replace your battery, so if the battery dies, you're just gonna have to send your phone in for repair. Another downside is that this does not have a SD card slot. For me, it's a pretty big downside because I usually put in a lot of content such as videos, photos. I do take a lot of videos and photos on my phone anyway, so it's gonna take up a lot of space on my internal drive. The next con is the battery life. Now this is not a big issue, but the battery life is mediocre. This has a 2550 mAh battery, and it tends to run out of battery pretty quickly if you turn up to higher brightness. Because of the screen, it's a 2K display and with a really high pixel density, so it's going to use a lot of power. And also this has a really powerful processor, so it's also going to eat up the battery. The battery is not that bad. I can still get through a day of usage, but compared to other phones I've used, it's just not as good. They do have power saving modes, which are actually quite useful. Now something to be aware of is with the glass back, especially if you have the dark blue version of the Galaxy S6, it does attract some fingerprints. And lastly, the Galaxy S6 is no longer waterproof. If you remember, the Galaxy S5 was IP67 waterproof, but now with the Galaxy S6, since it's a new design, you cannot go underwater anymore. And this pretty much concludes my video on my experience with the Galaxy S6 after using it for about a month. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. By the way, in a few days, I'm actually traveling to Japan, so in the next 2 weeks, I won't be uploading a new video. So be sure to follow me on my social networks. I'm definitely going to post a lot of pictures of my trip in Japan on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram, links will be in the video description. Leave a comment down below on what you think of the Galaxy S6, and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.